Hey Scrappy friends, welcome back to my channel. Thanks for joining me today. I'm Helen Ding. Today is day 12 of 30 days sketches, and I have a sketch from Brandy Joe today. I'll show you the sketch when we get to the desk, but it's a big swash of mixed media in the middle and two small portrait photos. I'm using one bigger landscape photo. But before we get to that, if you're not already a subscriber, it's great to have you, so please think about hitting that subscribe button and press the notification bell so you know when I've posted a video. If you've enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up and let me know in the comments what you've enjoyed. And if you're not sure what to say, just pop an emoji for the sake of engagement. Today's layout is a Cornish cream tea. So jam, cream, scones, baked goods. Let's see what you can find. Teacup, teapot. Let's see what you can find in the emojis for that. That all out of the way, let's get scrapping.
So here's a sketch by Brandy Joe. I'm just talking you through it there. I had the first 10-12 minutes of this was originally me talking live to camera, but I was boring myself watching it back to edit it. So I've just sped everything up instead of just the second 40 minutes. I've spread the whole thing up. So this is a photo that I took at Travascus Fruit Farm. It's between Camborne and Hale in Cornwall, not far from where I used to live. I love going there, and my oldest niece's best friend works there, so it's nice to have a catch up with her if they're not too busy to say hello. Not why we go because we love it there. So we were having a cream tea. So in Cornwall, the jam goes on first. There's the Cornish way, or there's the wrong way. Sorry, Devon people. So you jam on first, and then you clotted cream. And I was having it traditionally with a cup of tea. Mr. Ding had a cream tea as well, but he had his with a latte. So just now, so I'm trying to use my simple stories. I have so much simple stories. I was explaining whilst I was doing this cutting that I only really use simple stories if I buy a class kit from, say, from Nestbots Kits, or I go to a scrapbooking class, and the kit is simple stories. So I only tend to use simple stories when I'm following a class project. I tend not to, I absolutely love the collections, don't get me wrong, I absolutely love their stuff. I've bought lots of it in the past. I just really struggle scrapbooking with it, and I don't know why. I don't know, do you have a collection or a designer or a company that you adore their stuff but you struggle to use when it comes down to actually getting it on a page? For me, that's Simple Stories. I adore their stuff, absolutely beautiful collections, and I just really struggle to use it. So these are bits. My Simple Stories box is all the leftover bits from classes that I've done, or classes I've been to, or online class kits that I've purchased, where I've either not finished making the class layouts, or I've finished the layouts and this is what's left over. So it is a big box. It's about 4 or 5 different Simple Stories collections. I'm using here Retro Summer, which is in the top of the box is Retro Summer. So for this mixed media background on this page, I am using what's that page on? Oh my gosh, I can't remember the name of this first greeny one. Is it faded paper, something like that? I can't remember. You'll be able to see it on the screen, hopefully, if your screen's a bit bigger than me. And then I've also used walnut stain, and there's another brown as well. So I am drying it off in between, using each of the inks, just because I want to layer up the colours. I don't want to mix them. So with using regular distress instead of oxides, you are going to get a more translucent sort of layered look. And I do love that. Distress oxides are more opaque. So I just wanted a different look for a change. I use oxides quite a lot. To be honest with you, my distress inks are easier to get to in their little Tim tins on the hooks that I made for the tins on my 3D printer. So they are easier to get to. And I do forget I have them, but I really love the look of them. So here we go. I've added the 2 browns and the old paper. I can't remember the name. I can't remember the name of the second brownie. This is really bad. I'm so sorry. I should have double checked before I come and sat down to do the voiceover. And then I've just decided I need to pull it up a little bit more towards the left, and then I need a bit at the bottom, right below where the photo's going and where the title will be. So I'm just adding that in. Um, so that's that done. Just dry it off again. And sorry, I usually cut out the drying. Mr. Dean came home mid-editing and I forgot to finish going through the rest of the video to cut anything out that you didn't need to see. I am warming the back there because when you heat card and it bends one way, if you heat it on reverse, it'll bend it back the other way. So that's what I was just doing there. So I'm just going to put some foam pads on the back of my photo mat just to lift that up above the page, just give it a little bit more dimension. So I wander off for a bit to try and draw some templates for the heart stitching I want to do on the background. So on the sketch there is these stitched hearts that are like a running stitch like this, where I'm doing here, and I don't don't like stitching. I don't like hand stitching. Um, it's time consuming and it hurts my hands. But I love the way it looks, so I wanted to give this a go. And today's Get in Shape is a heart. So when I saw this as a feature on the background of this sketch, I was like, you know what, that really fits with today's prompt for Get in Shape, and also it just looks lovely. So I'm going to give it a go. So I start off with wax twine, where I am just doing a running stitch with the wax twine from my Hey Little Magpie February embellishment kit, and I decide, it's not thick enough, so it's not making much of a statement. So I do go and grab this pink embroidery floss and do that instead. But I don't make you watch me doing the whole thing. There we go, it's all finished. And you can see there the running stitch that I've done for the two hearts. This is the point when I noticed my camera wasn't straight, so I've just straightened it up. um, I've gone to find some black ink and also my black Nuvo drops. I end up not using my crystal drops. I just use this Dylusions black ink instead. Um, so that's I've just splattered that a bit across the background, similar to what is on the sketch. And now I'm looking for some embellishments through, as I said, this huge box of different simple stories that I've got. I was like, oh, I was looking for some alphas. I couldn't find the alphas, so I've got the Vicky Bouton ones that are still on the pile that I pulled out for my How to Kill a Kit from January. So I've got no R's left, and I was like, I'm not starting again with a different alphabet. I want to use this alphabet. So I do cut a L up and make myself an R. um, it looks all right. It's just things we do when we get low on our thickers, right? We all Frankenstein letters. Um, I'm sure some of you have done that in the past too. So that's the alphas all um, laid out, making sure I've got everything. So then we're just going to get that down. It's so funny actually. I pull the ruler away and I take the little stick that I've added to the R away with the ruler. I do notice pretty quickly and I go and pull it back off again. So just sticking the photo here. Now with the layout, there is kind of like a line across the top, and I don't end up doing that. You'll see what I do instead. But I've spotted this me embellishment kit from Hey Little Magpie, and you know what? Cream tea, a doily actually goes really well with afternoon tea. So I do grab these pink doilies from the embellishment kit. I made a mess up here. I've put it down on the layout, face down in top of the ink. But by time I finish adding the embellishments, what I do to this top corner, you can't really see it. So I just want to balance the layout out because it's very bottom right corner, very heavy down that bottom corner. So I wanted to balance it by putting something up in the top left. So I made this little banner from the same pattern paper that I matted the photo with. And then I am going to add some other bits. I find cream, because it's ice cream, is a sticker on the sticker sheet. The foam thickers with this collection, and I just put the cream on and leave the ice off. So we've just got cream on there, and I do find some letters in this little book, um, and I write out tea. So we've got cream tea up in the top left corner as well to balance everything that's weighted at the bottom right. Pulling out a couple of cameras here for embellishments. I think I get a couple of more things out. I get a label out to pop the date on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp a date. I've not done that yet because I need to double check the date. So stamp the date on a little piece of white card and then stick that onto that label. So it looks like it was, a space on the label purposefully for that. So here we are with the tea. I do have a fight pulling the cream back up to tuck the camera underneath. It goes that corner okay. I remember I need to stick down the delicious die cut. It does overlap my title a bit, but I like it. I think it looks all right. So there we go, fighting, pulling up cream to just tuck that camera underneath. And then we finish off with some of these enamel dots, kind of like faux brads. And that's done. Don't forget to check out the playlist. Details in the description for Getting Shape and also 30 Days of Sketches playlist. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day. Take care. Bye bye.